When I got here and I was looking at the hundreds of young people here, what I said in my spirit was, if all of us here can become the best version of ourselves, those of us here, we are enough to change this country. If all of us here will become that which God has made us to become, if all of us here will fulfill destiny, unleash our talents, maximize our potential, we alone, we are enough to change the destiny of this country. I want to salute the pastorate and leadership of this church. This is one of the finest churches in Accra. And I love your church. Oh, why? Oh, yeah, nah. Celebrate it. You know, one thing I've realized about Ghanaians is that we don't like celebrating good things. And then when people fall and they do bad things, and all of us are talking about it. Nigerians are not like that. Nigerians know how to celebrate things. So I say this is one of the nicest churches in Accra. And I want to see Ghanaians behave like Nigerians. It's a privilege to be speaking here once again. I think I was here about a year or two ago. And I am honored by the opportunity to share my thoughts with you. I've gone through a number of cycles trying to decide what to speak about today. And I just feel that if I shared the story of my life, then probably I could make a difference. I could make a deposit into someone's life, and they can make that one small change in their lives that can help them become the very best that they can be. My father was a plumber, and my mother is a trader. She was a trader. No one said Anton Bibiasa. First, not ton. Bibi said tomatoes, meko, jene, ammonia, salmon, kaku, those things. And I was a chief executive officer. I think of all my mother's children, I used to love going to the shop. And my father was a plumber. My father didn't do too bad as a plumber. He managed to build a 3-bedroom house for us. Some people's fathers don't build anything for them. So if he builds 3-bedroom house, it's not bad. But he plastered the house and he couldn't paint it. But that's not even the worst of the story. He couldn't give us access to electricity. Built the house, plastered it, no painting, no light. Not for 1 year. No light, not for 1 year, not for 2 years, not for 3 years, not for 4 years. We lived in that house for 10 years without electricity. I wrote BEC in that house. Now, if you grow up in a home where there's no electricity in the 21st century, it can easily become your excuse for failure. It can easily become the reason why you don't study, the reason why you don't really develop yourself. I wrote BEC in that house without electricity, and I topped my class. Very often in life, as we grow, as we cultivate ourselves, we will see disadvantages in our background. For somebody, your disadvantage may be a father who is no more, or a mother who is no more, or it could be parents who are struggling to take care of you. For some woman, maybe you gave birth before you finished school. And very often, we can look at the disadvantages in our background and hold on to those things as excuse for failure. There are people who are 40, 50, and they are still bitter with an uncle in their family who did not help them. And that has become their excuse for failure. There are people who say that, oh, my father was an alcoholic, and he didn't do this to help me, and that's why I couldn't go far in life. And that has become their excuse for failure. For some people, they failed BEC or WASI, and that has become their excuse for failure. Listen. In this life, it does not matter who does not help you. If nobody helps you, you can help yourself. Did you hear that? It is nobody's obligation to help you. Your father has given birth to you. You have grown. Now you can talk. You can walk. you can help yourself. So, after passing BEC, I went to secondary school. But before going to secondary school, I started noticing an interest in inspiration, wisdom, encouragement. So I started collecting quotes, collecting wise quotes, collecting success quotes, and putting them together, and then I'll read them. Then I went to secondary school, and eventually, that emerged as a passion for motivational speaking. So right in secondary school, I started moving from class to class, room to room, challenging my mates, inspiring them to want to do something with their lives. And then that's where I started writing. And even in secondary school, I created my own company. I didn't really register it, but I called it Academia Consult. And it was supposed to be a consultancy firm that was into writing. I didn't really understand what I was doing. All I knew was that I wanted to write. I didn't know the business model. How was I going to write and make money? Now, many years down the line, I started Buabeng Communications. And one of the things that we do is we write books for people. And we make money from it. So the point I want to make there is that everybody has a gift from God. Everybody has a talent. Paul says that I wish everybody was like me, but no, not every man is like me. Everybody has his proper gift of God. Everybody has a talent. Everybody has an ability. There is something that God has wired inside of you that makes you distinct, unique, separate, different from the person sitting by you. If you're going to be successful in life, you have to find your talent. You have to find your gift. You have to find that unique ability that God has wired inside of you. In my life, I've been on some of the biggest platforms in this country, won a couple of awards, all because of my gift, my talent, the ability to speak, and then the ability to write. What is your talent? What is your gift? What is your ability? What has God given you that makes you different from the person sitting by you? In the 1980s, a young woman called Jackie in the United States gave birth to a baby boy. Baby boy, no, the baby was physically deformed, mentally impaired, blind, could not hear. Young lady in her 20s, and she said, I'll give this baby out for adoption. Name say, Darby, it is children like this that we bring home and take care of them and help them grow. So the girl listened to her mother and brought the child home. So, baby, no one shall free. So usually children like this, everybody leaves them on their own. But he had an older brother called Jamal. And Jamal was interested in music. So every day, a piano teacher will come to the house and teach Jamal how to play the piano. One day, after the piano teacher had left the house, they heard somebody playing the piano. Then they looked around them. Jamal is here. So who is playing the piano? They came from upstairs, came downstairs to see the small boy who was born facially deformed, hearing impaired, blind, could not talk, playing the piano. Initially, he was just banging the keys on the piano, banging. Then suddenly, he moved from banging the keys of the piano to playing the tune that Jamal had been taught. The boy was playing the tune, even better, like a master, playing the tune. The whole family, everybody was shocked. That boy. Eventually, he grew up to become a music prodigy. He appeared on TV in America, went to the White House, played on radio. That boy, facially deformed, blind, hearing impaired. If that boy, even in that state, has a gift, then everybody has a gift. Everybody has a talent. There is something that God has wired in you, something that God has programmed you to become. In the book of Jeremiah, God went to a young Jeremiah and said that, Jeremiah, Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you, and I ordained you to become a prophet to the nations. God was essentially telling Jeremiah that, Jeremiah, if you're going to become successful in life, don't become a scientist. If you're going to become successful in life, don't be a mathematician. If you're going to become successful in life, be a prophet. I have engineered, programmed, equipped you with a gift of prophecy. If you're going to make impact in life, you have to use that gift. And like Jeremiah, all of us here have a gift inside of us. There's an ability in us. For some people, our gift is in our voice. We can sing. And when we sing, the whole world comes to a standstill. If you give me 3 days to rehearse, to come and sing, all of you will say, pum, 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 away. That's not my gift. But for some people, just give them 3 minutes to prepare. And when they take the microphone, they will wow the entire auditorium. That is talent, ability, gift. For some people, their gift is in their hand. They can draw. And they can draw very easily. I know somebody, he can be sitting down watching you. In a few minutes, he has drawn you. That is his gift. That is his ability. When I was in school with a young man called Noah. And he was such a good student with mathematics that when the math teacher puts a math problem on the board, and all of us are reaching into our notebooks reaching into our bags to take our notebooks and pen to solve the problem, Noah has raised his hand up. We are all wondering, what's he going to do? He says, say, I'm done. His gift was a mathematical ability. He was good with mathematics. For some people, they are good with their hand, but theirs is to write. They write easily. They write things easily. You have to find your gift. You have to find your ability. For some people, their gift is with cooking. They know how to cook. And they can cook well. The problem with many people is that they find their gift and somehow they get swayed by certain ideas, so they leave the gift behind. So Biwaha, the gift you're cooking, he can cook very, very, very well, and you keep licking your fingers throughout. But one koye home economics, one koye chef, because obi akacha and say home economics for them. I normally want to tell you no more. Into your business, you say or a banker, they be all kinds of kana and so. Now, so not do much said it. Many people have left their gift behind because they are following so-called careers or professions that make more money. Now, please write this down. Success in life is not based on what you do. Success in life is based on how you do what you do. I'll explain. Success in life is not based on what you do. Success in life is based on how you do what you do. So, it is not that if you become a banker, you'll be successful. It is not that if you become a pastor, you'll be successful. It's not that if you become a doctor. That's not how life works, because there are great pastors and ordinary pastors. There are famous doctors and doctors that nobody has ever heard about. There are successful businessmen and businessmen who are also trying. There are great lawyers and some lawyers who are under trees looking for clients. So success in life is not really about what you do. It's about how you do what you do. So somebody can decide to become a lawyer and you become a chef and you become more successful than that person. Somebody can decide to become a trader and you become a doctor, and yes, the trader will become more successful than the doctor. It's not really about what you do. It's about how you do it. So whatever your gift is, whatever your talent is, whatever ability that God has given you, don't let anybody sway you from it and tell you that, oh, now saying there, ready and you cry. In Ghana, when Ghana discovered oil, everybody went to do oil and gas course. You see, oil, yes. Write this down. Success is an inside-out experience. If you're going to do well in life, it's not really so much about what's happening in the environment. It's important. What's happening in the environment is important. If there's war in Ghana, it will affect all of us. So I just cannot do shows anymore. I will not get conferences to speak at anymore. So environments are important. But gift is more important than environment. So if you find your gift, you can take it out of a family of poverty and lead it to prosperity. If you can find your gift. How many of you have heard of Harry Potter? How many of you have heard of Harry Potter? Okay. How many of you have watched the movie? Okay. How many of you have read the book? It's always like that. More people have watched the movie than they have read the book. Harry Potter was written by a woman called J.K. Rowling. Joanne Rowling was a young single mother in the UK, struggling to make ends meet. She had lost her husband, didn't really have a job, lived in a house without heat. And in Ghana, we don't appreciate when somebody says somebody doesn't have heat. But in the UK, it's a very cold area. No heating in her house. And she was looking for a way to succeed. Looking for something to do, a career to build. Then she realized that all her life, she had been a good writer. She was good at imagination, good at writing. So she got the idea to write Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. She wrote the book, took it to a first publisher, rejected. Second publisher, rejected. Third publisher, rejected. Fourth publisher, rejected. Fifth publisher, rejected. This is where you would have given up. Sixth publisher, rejected. Seventh publisher, rejected. Now we can even sing a song with this one. So if I say seven, then you say rejected. Seventh publisher, eighth publisher, ninth publisher. They all rejected her books until it got to the 13th publisher, who took the book and gave it to his daughter to read. And the girl read it and said, "Daddy, this is a good book. Publish it." And they published the book. The rest, as they say, is history. By writing the 7 books in the Harry Potter series, at some point in the history of Britain, J.K. Rowling was more influential than the Queen. She's the first author in the world to become a billionaire through writing. She did not become a billionaire through cocoa. She did not become a billionaire through oil and gas. She did not become a billionaire through banking. She became a billionaire through what? Writing. She found her talent. She found her gift. So, don't live life copying people. Don't live life imitating people, trying to be something that you are not. Find yourself. If somebody can sing, God bless them. But you to find your gift. If somebody can dance, God bless them. You to find your gift. The media has made it look like all talents are performing talents. So usually when you say a talent show, everybody who is coming is either singing, dancing, rapping, or comedy. But talents are various. If you know how to read well, it's a talent. You know, I'm sure all of us know somebody. Naturally, eloquence is a talent. And you'll be on a wall. There are people who are good with children. That's their gift. You are very good with children. Me, I can come to your house. You have 6 children. I won't talk with any of them. And there are people who are good with children. My wife is great with children. We can go to a place, a baby that doesn't know her, she can carry the baby, and the baby will keep quiet right now. That's her gift. Some people, their talent is with helping people. They know how to help people. They know how to serve. That's their gift. You have to find your gift. You have to find your talent. You have to find what makes you different from the person sitting by you. Because if you can find your gift, you find your pathway to success in life. Education is important. Everybody must go to school. But listen, the real key to success in life is not education. It is talent. Talent is like a pencil. Education is a sharpener for sharpening the pencil. Talent is like crude oil. Education is a refining process for sharpening that crude oil. Talent is like a cutlass. Education is a whetting stone for sharpening that cutlass. So don't just go to school. Don't just get a diploma. Don't just get a degree. Find your talents. find your gift. Find that unique thing that makes you different from the person sitting by you. The challenge for many people is that they have discovered their gift. They've discovered their dream. Maybe they want to start a church. They want to write a book. They want to start a business. But they've been saying it for many years without attempting to do it because they are waiting to start big. Did this church always look like this? Pastor, does this church always look like this? No. Listen, unless you come from a wealthy family, you will have to start everything you want to do in life small. Did you hear that? Unless you come from a wealthy family, almost everything you start in life, you will have to start small. So when I finished school, finished national service, I decided that I was going to do motivational speaking full time. And I did. Then after doing it for a while, I realized that I was doing about 1 or 2 speaking engagements a week. And I would lie in my bed all day, read a book, watch a movie, eat, sleep. So I did it for about 1.5 years. Then I started asking myself the question, if I'm going to be a speaker for the next 50 years, I always lie in bed, wait for a speaking invitation, go and speak, come back, lie in bed more, eat more, watch movies. Is that all? And of course, I wasn't making enough money. So I said, what can I do? What can I do? Again, talent. All my life, I've had one key strength: English language. I've been a very good English student. So I said, "Send me the brofo na meet you. Na brofo na meet you. I'm the best day. Me nko chira there. Ma chira there that me nye biom eh." And the mayor editor, inti utro buka febreme, na me edit book ro mfa ma. Now, this was the beginning of a business idea. I did not have money to rent an office. So you know how I started? At that time, I was living in my single room in my father's house. I had a small blue Toshiba laptop, and then I started with it. So I advertised on Facebook and told people that, me editor, Uchro Buka, Febreme, made it amount. And I started getting a few jobs. Then I realized that if I can edit the book, then I can design the book. So I started designing the book as well. I brought in a graphic designer to help design the books. Then we added printing, and we kept adding more. Within the first 6 months of running the business, I got my first big contract. Today, if I look at that money, it was not a lot of money, but at that time, it was a lot of money for me. I got my first big contract. Then I went to rent a chamber and hall, self-contained. So the chamber was my house. The hall was my office. I set the chamber up like my house, home, bed, everything. And I set the hall up as my office. I had 3 desks, chairs, both computers, laptops, and I set it up. Many people who we did work for, they didn't know that I was running the company from my hall. Many people did not know. From the business, I started from my bedroom. My bedroom crumpled. My mattress didn't put on any bed sheet. My mattress was bigger than the bed. So the mattress could not enter the bed. So I could not even hang a bed sheet on it. Very recently, I was talking to one of my ex-girlfriends, and she said, those times, I'm not with them, no one for crowd. Now, person make catch yourself a ferry. I started my business from that room. From that room. Today, see what the Lord has done. So I want to sell you the idea of small beginnings. That whatever dream that you have, whatever ambition you have, consider starting small. Don't wait for the next 5-10 years because you want to start big. Maybe you want to start a school. Don't wait to have 5 classrooms. Start with 1 classroom. If it's possible, go and rent somebody's house and use the chamber and hall to start. Maybe you want to write a book. Don't wait until you can print 1,000 copies. You write the book and print 100 and start selling. In life, if you don't come from a wealthy family, your only advantage in life is to start small. start small. Whatever your dream is, whatever your ambition is, start small. I was talking to a young lady I've known for a long time, and she was almost 30, and she didn't have a career. She didn't have a job, and I was worried about her. So I asked her, and she then now pesa we I said, "Oh, pesa me boti na me nye training bia, but I've been watching videos on YouTube, so I want to go into her." Then I said, "What are you waiting for?" She says she wants to go to Second Image and have First Choice, one of those two schools. She wants to go to Second Image or First Choice. Then I asked her, "So what are you waiting for?" I say, "The school fees." Me say, no boy amount, no. And also, and I'm saying, I know her very well, and I know that she cannot raise the money to go to Second Image. So I said, so why don't you find a hairdresser in your neighborhood and go and apprentice with her so that you can start learning it? I said, "Oh, Dabi, no." She started raising a lot of excuses, and I told her, "Listen, you know yourself, you know your background. You are not going to get money today to go to Second Image or First Choice. So go and start." So she listened to me, went into the neighborhood and looked for a hairdresser. Then she found a hairdresser who was willing to give her a 6-month training program. She can say and do 1,000 cedis in Po. And she started. February, she'll be finishing. Small beginnings. Yes. Hairdresser in your area is not like First Choice or Second Image, but at least you have started. You have started. So consider starting small. Whatever dream you have, whatever vision you have, start small. Start small and grow it. And grow it. And grow it. You know, at some point in my business, things were so bad. 2016 was one of the worst year of my life. Start small. Start small. Start small. I'm going to say my final thing, then I close. Very often when we are rising in life and trying to navigate the course of our destinies, we meet with disadvantages and things become hard. So sometimes many people finish secondary school and they get a job. When you have a nice job, you want 800, 700. What 32-inch NASCO television? Abone them. You know, you're getting. So they think that they have arrived. Many people have finished secondary school, have not continued. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. In this room right now, I am sure there's somebody who finished secondary school 15 years ago and has not continued. Please, today, on the first day of January 2021, I came to tell you that go back to school. Did you hear me? I came to tell you that go back to school. Listen, education will not make you rich, but at least it will ensure that you don't become poor. Did you hear that? Education may not make you rich, but at least it will ensure that you don't become poor. My mother, when she goes to the market and life beats her, and she comes back tired and angry, then she will say that, say, me go school and be a teacher and a nurse be poor. Say, can make salary. Today, I'm here to prevent you from becoming like my mom. Go back to school. Go and get a degree. Listen, even if you want to sweep the streets, please go and get a university degree. Adwa Mansa, BA, Economics, Occupation, street sweeper. If you want to sell banku, please go to school and get a degree. A degree holder who sells banku, her banku is different from roadside banku. Listen, even if you want to be a footballer, please go back to school and get a degree. In Tema, if somebody is a pupil teacher, how much is He paid. Secondary school graduates are otra dear, the salary I hear Kamaha. Oh, Mukem, hey, what Pastor Mukem says, this whole auditorium, teacher ni be in here. More dada mo. 300. Hey! Okay, what the only? Mamenya papa kakra, me soso kakra bi. What the fun is said, secondary school graduates or whatever, or chat there, the salary of 500 cities. My prince. Okay. University graduates or chat there, the salary are here. 1,500. Oh, mommy feedback. Or come with the one, and I am pong. Must say 1,500. Obia wako secondary school, we out right there. The salary 500 Ghana. Obia wako school 4 years pet. 4 years pet. I can't do on the salary 1,500. How many percent difference? 300%. 300%. Just 4 years extra schooling leads to 300% increase in income. I say education may not make you rich, but at least it will ensure that you don't become poor. So whatever you are doing now, 2021, Obeto admission forms. What it? Obeto admission forms. You are saying in your head, oh, if you can see how you two knows, I know. Obian Shabi, Mana me Shabi home, Mana me Yeduma Shabi home, may I did a mean day, Juban ho, Namin go school. Meaning, so Becca Santi, they will answer for you, but the answer 50 in a buyer. Listen, now in Ghana, there is morning school, afternoon school, evening school, weekend school, distance learning, sandwich, burger, pizza. Listen, so you can work and go to school. When I was in the university, some of the women in my class, they were like my mother in the university. So guys, start thinking of going back to school. I have read your mind, and somebody is saying that, oh, me what's in the man, shut up, there, my child of decks, I mean, pass it. You two, I have an answer for you. In Ghana, if you are 25 years and above, without even any schooling, you can go to school and go and write mature entrance exams and go to university. Let me show you the secret. Normally, private school for no, I'm going to pay more students in India. I have a marking scheme. They look at see in public school for until you person passing mature entrance now. Consider a private university. Na quarter forms, na co school. Me pacho a same way, and you for young people pay. If you are here and you are 50, who knows? You may live for another 30 years of your life. 4 years of that in university can change the course of your life. Mubofu. So I want to challenge all of you that let's get as many of us. Listen, we must have a church that has at least 90% degree holders. Because listen, let's focus on the economics. If all of us have degrees and we have a job and we all earn 1,500, 2,000, please calculate the tithe and see. My young brother is a pastor. I keep telling him, teach your people to go to school and build a career. Because when they build careers, you benefit from it. In the next 5 or 10 years, some of you will become gurus, millionaires, business. I'm not prophesying you. So before you say amen, think twice. One of the problems I've realized with Christianity in Ghana is that we have taught our people to receive everything by faith. We've not taught them about hard work, discipline, forcefulness. So 31st night, receive it. You want to receive. God will slap you beer. In the next 5 or 10 years, some of you will do well in life. You will prosper financially. But listen, God has blessed all of us. So, hey, there is, no matter what you think you have done, no matter what sin you think you have committed, then God is not against you. Oh, you didn't know that? God does not create people and be against those people. So God has blessed every single one of us, from all of downstairs to all of upstairs. It includes everybody. Those who have fornicated, committed abortion, insulted their father, their mother, killed somebody. No, God is not against anybody in this building. So God has blessed every one of us. If we want to prosper in life, we will prosper. But He has done His part. The question is, will you do your part? God bless you. Thank you.